Today I'm showing you one of my favorites, a ready-to-cook chicken taco soup meal kit, ready for you when you need it, in the freezer, cooked fresh. All right, I made it home with groceries. Let's take a look. I've got everything I need to make 3 easy meals with the chicken taco soup. You want to cut off the end of your cabbage. I have chickens, so I give that to them. And then we'll evenly slice and make it as small and shredded as you can. And cut out the core. So I picked up 1 large cabbage and 1 smaller cabbage. Now don't be alarmed by the amount of cabbage because this will cook down. You'll see it will just disappear into the dish and you'll hardly even know it's there. So you'll see it's like half the bag full of cabbage, and that is amazing and awesome. Definitely do that. Cabbage is one of those foods in the brassica family, which is one of those things like broccoli and cauliflower and kale. It's so good for you, really inexpensive, highly underrated for how amazing it is. I use it all the time. All right, now that we have our cabbage ready, we're gonna put our chicken in. All right, time for our chicken. Here we have some nice tenders. So there's not a lot of fat on here, but you definitely want to be able to cut off any of the extra little fat and bits and things. And we'll divide this into 3 different containers. We have our pressure cooker pot and then our bags. You can also add in shredded tofu instead of the chicken, either as an add-in or as a replacement for the meat. Okay, so we're officially done with our chopping. That was it. Now we're gonna move on to our cans and some of our other packaged items and get our stuff done. And we're gonna take these diced tomatoes and divide them evenly into our 2 bags plus our pot. I love these Rotel tomato and green chilies. They add so much great flavor. Now I need our tomato paste. So what I love about doing these recipes is that I can divide this entire can so that there's no wasting. So I just divide it evenly between all the bags. I love this little spatula. It makes it so easy. I like to use tomato paste instead of tomato sauce in a lot of recipes. It gives a greater depth of flavor. All right, can is done. Next we have these black beans. 1 can will go in each one of these recipes. You're gonna wanna make sure you get the no salt added beans because there is salt in the taco seasoning mix. It's not necessary to drain the beans unless you're using it in a recipe where you don't wanna have that extra liquid. Plus these don't have any additives to them, so you don't need to rinse the beans to get any additives off of it. Let's clean up our space here. We are almost done. Look at how amazing it's looking. So good. So I like to get the onions chopped like this when I'm making my freezer kits just to make it really simple. You can certainly chop your own onions. I like not having extra waste, so this allows me to divide it evenly and not have extra onion lying around. All done. Last but certainly not least is our taco seasoning blend. Put 1 of these in each. So this one has the chili powder, the sea salt, date powder for the sweetener, tapioca flour instead of wheat or instead of corn. So this is a really, really good one that I love using, and it has delicious flavor. Add in some lime juice. All right, and you are all set. Now for freezing, you'll want to press the air out of these. And lay flat to freeze. There you have it. All right, so we have 2 freezer meals, plus we are ready to cook tonight's dinner. So when you want to cook tonight's dinner, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. One is to keep it like this and don't add any water to it. It's great for tacos, which is how I'm going to be cooking it for tonight. You can also add 2 cups of chicken broth or water to make it into a soup. So it's very versatile. So I'm just gonna mix this up, make sure the cabbage gets mixed in. And it looks pretty dry right now, but the cabbage is actually going to bring a lot of moisture out, a lot of water into this mix, and it's gonna cook up beautifully. Mix it up so everything is completely covered. Into the pressure cooker it goes. We'll select pressure cook for 20 minutes, and we'll time this for when family will be home. So I want this to start in an hour and take off, keep warm. So in 1 hour it'll start so that by the time I get home, this will be ready for my family. All right, dinner is done. Look at this deliciousness. And you can see that there's plenty of moisture in there, even though we didn't add any water. Then I'll take the chicken and I'll shred up the chicken and we'll serve it on top of tacos or tortilla chips, or even just as a soup, just as is. Cut up a little avocado. And dinner is served. All right, so let's eat this deliciousness. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. It's got good spice to it. The cabbage is nice and soft now. We're all done. So this is one of my ready to eat meal kits that make dinner so simple. And in my next video, I'm going to show you another favorite recipe that starts to build up your freezer so that you can be prepared too.